Hey everyone, Gentleman Scholars Club here. Probably my favorite footwear of all is the ankle boot. As soon as it gets cold and sloppy in the autumn or winter, I'll grab a pair of ankle boots, tweed sport coat, some flannels, open collar shirt, and I'll be set. Even in warm weather in the spring and summer, if I'm going to be walking in the country or in a park, I'll grab some ankle boots, put on some knitwear, light jacket, also a great option. However, in the years of wearing ankle boots, I've discovered what is most certainly the most annoying aspect of classic menswear that I've encountered so far, and that is the ankle boot strap. The rest of this video I'll be talking about why this is a problem, as well as some solutions to the issue. Stay tuned. So many, if not nearly all, ankle boots are sold with the strap at the back. Sometimes there are even two straps, one at the back and one at the front, especially with Chelsea boots. The purpose of this is obviously to help you pull the boots on more easily when you're getting dressed and to speed up that process. However, with that convenience comes a considerable annoyance. If you wear your ankle boots with trousers that have a fairly narrow leg opening, say around 8 inches or smaller, if you wear your ankle boots with trousers that have no break, which is recommended if you want to get a nice drape, a nice clean leg line to your pants, you will find that the ankle boot strap will inevitably catch on the hem of your pants, will catch on the cuff area, and make your trousers bunch up on top of the boot shaft instead of sitting nicely over the top of it. This can happen if you are walking energetically. It can happen if you're going up and down stairs. It can even happen if you're in a seated position, say at your desk in the office, and you get up. The movement of the trouser will lead it to catch on this strap, and then the material will bunch up here and will look really sloppy. This will then lead to you bending down repeatedly throughout the day, trying to pull your trouser back over the top of this strap. It can lead to you doing sort of a shake of your trouser leg to try to get the material to sit firmly back where it's supposed to over the shaft of the boot, or most likely it'll just lead you to walk around with your trouser leg or legs bunched up on top of the shaft of the boot because you just can't be bothered during the course of a day to make these corrections repeatedly. So what's the solution? Should you abandon ankle boots? No. First possibility, get an ankle boot that doesn't have a strap. Yes, it will take you a little bit longer to pull these on. You have to pull the tongue forward a little bit more. You have to open some of the laces, loosen the laces a little bit more. But I would say it would add literally 5 to 10 seconds more for each foot. I think it's worth it. These are my favorites. I wear them a lot. And the reason is, I think, because they do not create problems having no ankle boot strap. So that's one possibility. Rare, but try to find ones that do not have that strap. The second thing you could do is to get an ankle boot that has an alternative way of helping you pull them up. This is one from Scarosso, dark brown suede, and back here there's a means of pulling the boot up, sort of a hanger thing, but it doesn't stick up above the shaft of the boot, so you can still use it to help get dressed, but it will not catch on your pant leg. So that's another possibility. Find ones that have this sort of alternative aid. The third thing is to recognize what a problematic ankle boot strap looks like. This one is a serious offender and it has some features that warn me that this will be a problem. The first is that this is quite high. It's about 1 inch or more in terms of height. It also is stiff. It stands up on its own. And thirdly, it's fairly thick, and being thick enables it to stand up on its own. So those are all warning signs that it will create problems for you. 1 inch high, not a good idea. Stiff fabric and high-end boots will often make this out of leather, which will be very stiff, and also retain that uprightness. Those are danger signs. On the other hand, this is another one of my favorite boots, and this is also from Suitsupply. And you can see here, this has an ankle strap, or a boot strap, but it's quite different than the previous. It only sticks up about 1/2 inch, about a finger's width. It's floppy, it's not firm, so it falls down quite easily, disappears. And you can use it to pull your boot up, but it will not catch on your pant leg for those very reasons. So try to find ones that have the soft quality and then also are shorter if you're going to get one. So what do you do if you have an ankle boot that you really like that has a strap that you know will cause issues? There are certain hacks that you can do. This is an ankle boot from Scarosso. It's a Chelsea. It had a strap at the back that caused me a lot of problems catching on my pant every 2 seconds. What I did there was simply take some duct tape, heavy duty duct tape, and tape it down. A little bit of a primitive hack there, kind of sloppy, but was effective, keeps it down. Another thing you can do is simply get a heavy pair of scissors, a sharp pair, and cut off the strap as cleanly as possible at home. It's easier to do if it's nylon, harder to do if it's thick leather. If you want to do it professionally and have it done in a clean sort of way, or if you have a really heavy material on the strap, I would say take it to a cobbler and have them do it. They have the tools to remove the strapping that you may not be able to do at home. So that would be an option, take it off. I didn't do that with mine because I was unsure if I might want to keep these or if I want to resell them. And if I wanted to sell them on eBay or Style Forum, nobody would want them if I had cut off the strap. So I'm keeping the strap in there but taped down for that reason. Another thing you can do is to get a shoe custom made that doesn't have the strap on it. And I'm thinking of something like Crockett & Jones, from whom you can get any of their shoes, any of their models made up with various alterations in the material or in the finishing. And that I think would include removing the strap on a pair of ankle boots. So if you have some bucks, if you're interested in doing that, it's a boot you really like, try to get it made to order without the strap added on. And then something that I've heard about, which I have not tried myself, is trouser weights. I believe these have some usage in the military. Tell me if I'm wrong. But what they are is actual lead weights that a tailor will stitch into the hem of your trousers. This adds weight to the bottom of your pants and then enables them to drape a little bit more and to stay down over the shaft of the boot. I don't think it will work 100% of the time, but it's sort of an alternative to consider as well. It might be difficult to find tailors who know how to do this, which is another challenge, but wanted to raise it as a possibility. And then lastly, and probably the worst option, would be to wear your trousers with a larger leg and with a lot of break to them. This has a precedent in the golden age of menswear, 1920s till the 1940s perhaps, where men wore their pant legs larger and longer. Right, so this would probably solve the problem of catching your hem, catching your cuff on the ankle boot shaft. It's just a matter of whether you prefer that style or if you want to have a slimmer, cleaner look with a no-break, narrower leg opening. So those are the options for dealing with bootstraps that catch and bunch up. Let me know, do you find this to be an issue with your boots? How do you solve it? Tell me in the comments. I always like to hear your views and ideas. As always, please like the video, follow us at Gentleman Scholars Club for more discussion of arcane and interesting menswear topics that you didn't imagine, as well as discussions of brands, reviews, and style tips. Thanks for viewing.